Supreme, probably one of the biggest streetwear brands to ever exist, and in today's video we are going to be counting down the top 10 Supreme collaborations. And the Supreme Champion collaborations are okay. I'm not going to say that they're the best thing ever, it's just that I sort of needed something to fill up the number 10 spot. But anyway, without further ado, let's get into this. Coming in at the number 10 spot, we have the Supreme Champion collaborations. Don't get it twisted, sometimes they do have some nice pieces. I do like this hoodie that they have. I love the way that it's got the champion going along the back of it, and then it's got this shiny fit. This is absolutely awful. I don't know why they even created this. But on the other hand, they also have pieces like this with just like 18 million different champions logos on it. Alright, moving on to the number 9 spot, we have his Vans. And Supreme and Vans have been collaborated for a long time, so it was sort of a no-brainer to put them in this list. But CDG is actually a designer brand, and I think that they were the first designer brand that Supreme ever collaborated with. And also this hoodie with the flannel print hood is absolutely beautiful. Alright, cool. Coming in at the number 7 spot, this is when the list really gets going, but coming in at the number 7 spot, we have the Everlast Supreme collaboration. But with that being said, I don't really wear Vans like that, and you know, I don't really rate them too much. However, I do respect them. Just because you don't like something don't mean you don't respect them. Probably the most infamous piece that they ever released, in my opinion, had to be the Air Forces. You know, 3 brands collaborating on one item is just absolutely wild to me. Not all of the Supreme and Vans collaborations are good, but some are decent. My most favourite Supreme Vans that they've ever released are probably the motion logos. I do like them ones. And the Supreme and CDG collaborations always hit hard, very iconic pieces as well. And the denim ones with the rips on them, I do like them ones. Alright, moving on to the number 8 spot, we have a CDG, aka Comme des Garçons. I really hope I pronounced that name right. And also the CDG box logos. Every single box logo that Supreme and CDG have ever created have always resonated with Supreme fans. And when we talk about iconic Supreme collaborations, yeah, this is the collaboration that I'm talking about. Everlast, probably one of Supreme's best collaborations, but unfortunately there wasn't too many items within the collaboration, so therefore I had to put it at the number 7 spot. My most favourite item from this collaboration, hands down, is the boxing gloves. Yeah, do not get me gassed on the boxing gloves. Came in 3 colorways as well, the blue, the black and the red. All of them just slap as well. Every item in this collaboration is an absolute banger. If you didn't know, Everlast is a boxing company / brand, so it was only right for them to make boxing relevant items. The boxing robe is very nice, but a little bit loud in my opinion. The boxing bag as well is just absolutely fire. It's just this big red boxing bag, and then it's got Supreme going down it. But anyway, cool. Coming in at the number 6 spot, we have is the Burberry Supreme collaboration. And it's an absolute letdown, because you would have thought Nike, being the powerhouse that it is, you know, would do good collaborations with Supreme. And this collaboration was fairly recent. I believe it came out in 2021 or 22. However, with that being said, the Supreme and Nike collaborations are really hit or miss. You know, some might be really good, but some are completely dog shite. And this actually kind of makes me laugh, yeah, because I think back in 1997 or something, Supreme actually did a Burberry box logo, but it wasn't actually a collaboration with Burberry. My most favourite Supreme and Nike collaboration item definitely has to be this baseball jacket. It's just all white. I do believe it's leather as well, and then it's got this big fat Supreme spell out on the back. And brands are not really supposed to do this because they could get done for like copywriting or whatever. But fast forward almost 20 years later, Supreme and Burberry actually did a collaboration, and they created the iconic Burberry Supreme box logo, coming out with a lot of iconic items such as the Air Force Ones, SB Dunks and more. This collaboration was really well received, and I did like this collaboration. My most favourite item from this collaboration, hands down, has to be the rugby shirt. And you already knew that Nike was going to be on this list, because Supreme and Nike have collaborated for the longest time now. I want this rugby shirt so bad, but I can't justify spending upwards of £600 just for a shirt. And also another item that I do rate from this collaboration is they did this like silky sort of pyjama set. Very hard, and all round a certy collaboration. The skateboard was sick as well. That was a very cool touch. And also this denim jacket hits differently, I can't lie. It came in a denim pink colorway and also a normal Burberry colorway. Alright, so coming in at the number 5 spot, we have the Supreme and Nike collaborations. But anyway, cool, enough of that, let's move on. I'd say 50% of the time it's just been a flop. I'm not saying I want a Supreme Nike tech fleece or anything like that. That little kangaroo pouch pocket at the front, yeah, slaps differently. Then you got the big fat Supreme spell out on the back. And then to top it off, you got the Lacoste logo print going all over the jacket. And to top off the top off, yeah, the Lacoste logo all over print, yeah, is actually reflective. That being said though, I think that would be very interesting. But all I want is just, you know, some clean, nice pieces. But yeah, just maybe some more better items in terms of like clothing. I mean, the tracksuits, for example, absolutely flawless masterpieces. Majority of them colorways just bang differently. And then you got the Supreme and Lacoste Harrington jackets, yeah, don't mess about. This jacket is such a go-to jacket, it's not even funny. For starters, it's an anorak jacket, yeah. I absolutely love anorak jackets. I mean, the shoes are okay, but even the shoes are sometimes a bit shaky as well. So, you know, the Nike and Supreme collaborations, very hit or miss, but not a entirely bad collaboration either. Even the colorways, yeah, that brown one or the cream one, whatever, and then the baby blue one, and then you've got my most favorite item, yeah, the Supreme Lacoste anorak jacket. Alright, cool. Coming in at the number 4 spot, we have the Supreme and Lacoste collaborations, and this is probably the most underrated Supreme collaboration on the list. These absolutely bang, yeah. These hit on a different level, yeah. I love the way it's got the Supreme old English text, yeah, very nice touch. And I really don't know why majority of people don't really talk about the Supreme and Lacoste collaborations, because it feels like, to me, it just flies underneath the radar. But hands down, they come out with some crazy pieces. Alright, cool. Coming in at the number 3 spot, we have the Stone Island collaborations. But yeah, Supreme Stone Island, I would put it at the number 1 spot, but I don't think it could beat the number 1 spot, because yeah, I just don't think it could. And the Supreme and Stone Island collaborations are so iconic in Supreme's catalogue. That is, I am flabbergasted, yeah. That is such a beautiful touch. They've done so many collaborations over the years, it's not even funny. And I absolutely love the Supreme Stone Island collaborations because it's such a breath of fresh air. Because Stone Island isn't just your normal everyday brand, yeah. And then to top things off, yeah, it's got a Stone Island patch in the center. Not on the sleeve, on the center, yeah. They are very unique in the sense that they use a lot of different materials, different sort of designs, and I like that a lot. The colorways just slap differently. I do like the blue one more than the red one, but the red one isn't ugly either. My favourite pieces are probably this anorak jacket. It's a very simple design, but the material of it is a very different material. I think it's sort of like a rubbery material. It's sort of got this bandana paisley print just all over it. Also, whenever they release the coats, yeah, they go all out on the coats, yeah. I've never seen Supreme and Stone Island release a bad coat. But you cannot even look at this jacket and tell me that this is a bad jacket. But my most favourite Supreme Stone Island collaboration item ever is, yes, you guessed it, another anorak. But yeah, cool. Coming in at the number 2 spot, we have the Supreme and North Face collaboration. But yeah, just an absolute crazy collaboration. And to be fair, I don't think that Supreme would be the same Supreme it is today without North Face. That is just my opinion, don't shoot me. And the Supreme and North Face collaborations are a staple in Supreme's history. Supreme and North Face have had so many good jackets / items that it's really hard to, you know, just pick a select few that are good. I believe they collaborate every single year, if not twice a year. Mostly they releases jackets and stuff, and also the by any means necessary jackets. But to be fair, yeah, some of the most popular Supreme items to ever exist are the Supreme and North Face, you know, collaboration items. Also the world map jacket, yeah, that is very creative and I do fuck with that a lot. My most favorite items that they've ever released is probably the bandana jackets. Yeah, I really like them ones. But yeah, cool. Coming in at the number 1 spot, we have the Louis Vuitton Supreme collaboration. When I say, yeah, that this was such a pinnacle moment, not even a pinnacle moment, just a time to be alive in the streetwear community, yeah. Oh my days, yeah, nothing beats this collaboration, I shit you not, yeah. Then you got Louis Vuitton, the #1 designer company in the world. This collaboration was a moment to be alive. It was the equivalent of seeing the ancient Egyptian pyramids being built, yeah. You got Supreme, yeah, the #1 streetwear company in the entire world, yeah. When these two collaborated, yeah, it was such a high point for streetwear as a whole. This collaboration, hands down, the best Supreme collaboration. And if you did like the video you just watched, I know for a fact you're gonna like the rest of the videos on the playlist.